Shankam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Uttapadakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscham Shri Rupam Sakrachatam Sahagana Raghunadanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscham He Krishna Karuna Sindhum Dinabandhu Jagatpatem Gopesam Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostatem Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priyam Vancha Kalpatarupyascha Kripa Sindhubhye Vacham Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityanandam Shri Advaita Gadadharam Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatayani Stale Stale Yasya Kripa Prabhabihi Krishna Nyatrishna Janasamhitanam Nirmulitayeva Bhavanti Tasmai Namo Namah Shri Lanarottamaya Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitamam Vishame Bhavam Budau Kripaya Tava Pada Punkaja Stitadhuli Sutrisham Vichintaya Nayanam Galadashrudharaya Vadanam Gatkataruthaya Gira Ulakairnichita Irvapukada Tavanama Grahane Bhavishit Yugaitam Nimishena Chakshusha Pravashiyat Shunyaitam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Virage Mukham Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langaite Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Bande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Dev Tadhapi Kirtayami Yanga Yadamatim Yadashrutam Kirtim Harim Swam Satkartum Giram Anyabhidhasatim Stitir Seva Gatiriyatra Smritis Chinta Stutirvacha Bhuya Sarvatmana Vishnu Maityam Tvaicheshtitam Joyo Joyo Shri Chaitanya Joyo Nityananda Joyo Advaita Chandra Joyo Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Joyo Joyo Shri Chaitanya Joyo Nityananda Joyo Advaita Chandra Joyo Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Joyo Joyo Shri Chaitanya Joyo Nityananda Joyo Advaita Chandra Joya Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. So, dear devotees, Chaitanya Pravaham, how mercifully Chaitanya Pravaham has brought us this far. Shri Chaitanya Katha, the significance of Shri Chaitanya Katha that we have heard so far, and after that, the different sources of Gaura Katha and how Chaitanya Charitamrita is given to us, that we have heard. After that, the Palastuti of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Palastuti. When we hear the Tattva of the Pancha Tattva, their names, when we get to know their devotion, and the interaction between the Gaura Bhaktas. With that, when we get to know that, then only the Prema Bhakti comes and sits in the heart. Actually, Srila Vishwanath, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, very beautifully says, when we hear all that, Prema Bhakti will come and sit in the heart. How beautiful, how assuring. You hear that and Prema Bhakti will come. That's the Palasthati of Chaitanya Charitamrita. And then we heard about, in the Adi Lila, we heard about the Tattva, right, in the beginning. And then after that, in the Adi Lila, the pastimes of the Lord has begun, starting from the appearance until the Sannyasa Lila. It's the Adi Lila. And after taking sannyasa, Lord comes to Advaitacharya's place and Jagannath Puri and goes to Dakshina Desha Yatra and then comes back and meets the devotees in Jagannath Puri. All the devotees in the Navadvip also come from Navadvip and they have Beda Kirtan and Gundija Marjan, and then Jagannath Swami comes out for Ratha Yatra. After that, here, Chaitanya Deva. He wanted to go to Vrindavan, tries first, second attempt. First attempt was soon after sannyasa, and the second attempt until Ramakeli and had to come back. And the third one, yes, through Jharkhand. Lord enters into Vrindavan, the whole Vrindavan Yatra we heard, and then Lord comes back from Vrindavan to Jagannath Puri. At that time, Rupa Sikshana, Sanatana Sikshana was given, and Prakashananda Saraswati was delivered. And so Antilila starts with Lord's return back to Jagannath Puri. And so we've been hearing Antilila is, and different episodes are about different Bhagavatas, the Acharyas. We have heard about Rupa Goswami, and we heard about Chota Haridas Thakur also, that pastime with Chota Haridas Thakur. And we heard about Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakura. And then Srila Sanatana Goswami, right? We heard about that. Today, we will hear about the glory of Rai Ramananda through Pradyumna Mishra. So we will hear about the glory of Rai Ramananda and then the glory of the Charita of Srila Raghunath Dasa Goswami. These are the main ones. And in between, there is a little bit about Swarupa Damodara. So we will hear, we will hear these three topics, and most likely we will see if we can hear about Vallabha Bhatta also. Okay, so first we will hear about Rai Ramananda. Okay, and before we go for that, we will seek the blessings of the merciful deities of the Gaudiya. Okay, शेयर करना है ना. Let me share. All right, so that's Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan. Jetam suratau pangor mama mandamater katim Matsarvasvapadam bhojau Radha Madana Mohanam. Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Ji ki jai. Sambandhacharya Srila Sanatana Goswami ki jai. Divyad Vrindaranya Kalpadrumadaha Srimad Ratnagara Simhasanastam Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Preshtalibhi Sevyamano Smarami. Shri Shri Radha Govinda Deva ki jaya. Abhideya Acharya Srila Rupa Goswami ki jaya. Shriman Rasarasarambhi Vamshi Vatatatastitaha Karshan Venusvanair Gopir Gopinatha Shriyestunaha. Shri Shri Radha Gopinath Ju ki jai. Prayojana Acharya Shri Raghunath Das Goswami ki jaya. We will hear about Shri Raghunath Das Goswami today. And yeah, yes, as our prayer continues, as the services go on outside, praying, ardently praying that the internal bhajan also goes on inside. Okay. So now, Antya Lila, we will hear about Rai Ramananda. So Pradyumna Mishra, through Pradyumna Mishra, we will hear the glories of Rai Ramananda. Okay. So what are the glories of Rai Ramananda? So, and in Jagannath Puri, there are many devotees in Jagannath Puri. Pradyumna Mishra is also a very wonderful devotee, great devotee. He goes to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he says, "Oh my dear Lord, I want to hear Krishna Katha, pastimes of Lord Krishna. Would you please speak some Krishna Katha?" Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, "What do I know about Krishna Katha? What all I know is from Rai Ramananda. So I will let you go to Rai Ramananda and hear from him. And this desire of yours to hear Krishna Katha is very good. It's actually very rare. So you are very fortunate that you have this desire." That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. That's true. To hear Krishna Katha, Krishna Lila, is not ordinary. So Bhagavad Tattva, to understand, to even hear about the pastimes of Bhagavan, hear them as stories, yes, they can be heard as stories. And how long those stories would make impact in us, how much they will transform us to keep us in Bhagavad Nishta, how will that happen? When the Leelas of Bhagavan are heard with an understanding of Tattva, Janma karma cha me divyam yomam vetti tattvataha tyaktva deham punarjamana iti mamso iti Arjuna. Janma karma cha me divyam. Karma, my pastimes are to be understood in Tattva, says Bhagavan. So, the stories can be heard. Stories of demigods can be heard. Stories of the Lord can be heard too. But when these stories, not just the stories, pastimes of the Lord, when they are pastimes of Lord Vishnu, are not too difficult to understand. When there is Gajendra crying for help, then Lord Vishnu comes swiftly and sends the Sudarshan Chakra, cuts the crocodile, neck of the crocodile. That can be understood because he's Bhagavan. He's coming, he's protecting the devotee. And that can be little, a fortunate jiva can understand that. The Aishwarya of Bhagavan can be understood a little bit by jiva as the jiva gets purified. But the tattva of Bhagavan as Krishna tattva, is not easily understood. Can get very bewildering. How can Bhagavan steal butter, steal clothes? Is he really called Bhagavan? Who are we hearing about? Because one can actually think like that. Either think like that or take Bhagavan too casual and think that they also can do what Bhagavan is doing. So such are the bewildering pastimes of Lord Krishna. Very human-like. Very human-like to look at. They are very human-like. So to hear such pastimes of Bhagavan, which are very human-like, and hear them with the understanding of Tattva means the Tattva, understanding of Tattva should culminate in the purity of the heart. That's what the tattva is meant for. Like the Brahmana in the South India who read the Bhagavad Gita, illiterate Brahmana. His heart was so pure that he started having, the transcendental mellow was arising within him. In this illiterate Brahmana, for a transcendental mellow to arise in the heart, it has to be pure. Then what tattva did the Brahmana learn? He heard that the Lord is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and He is the proprietor of everything. But He is sitting at the feet of Arjuna. How can this happen? So whatever he heard it in full submission. So in that way, when tattva is heard, there's not a lot to be heard. When Srila Prabhupada is saying Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there's tattva right there. But how much purity is there for me to live my life based on that warning, based on that understanding? That's the thing. So, to hear about the pastimes of Lord Krishna, with that purity in the heart, that is not an easy, that's not a common thing. It is uncommon, very rare, so very fortunate. So that's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. The Leelas of Krishna, to get attracted to hear the pastimes of Lord Krishna is greatly fortunate. So please go to Raya Ramananda and hear from him. So, dear devotees, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's actually sending Pradyumna Mishra to who? not to this person, that person, to nobody else, no other associate, but to Raya Ramananda. So Pradyumna Mishra, he doesn't know what the greatest of the fortune he was going to get. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like our gurus, Gurudevs, they know our qualification. What are we up to? What is our taste? What is it that we can digest? And based on that, the katha is spoken. The katha is spoken and the choices are made for us. The instruction is given like that. So bhakti is very personal. Very personal. Not everybody can hear Krishna Katha and all the pastimes of Krishna. They cannot digest it. With an impure heart, they cannot digest it. So, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could see that Pradyumna Mishra is fit to hear from Raya Ramananda. So that's the thing. So, Guru knows what is to be given to the disciple. How much is to be given to the disciple, like that. So, Krishna Katha, to hear the pastimes, to want to hear the pastime of Krishna Katha is a great fortune, and Guru knows what Katha, how much of the Katha is to be given to the Sishya. So, Pradyumna Mishra goes to Raya Ramananda. He sits there, he waits for, he sits in the waiting room, and the servant of Raya Ramananda comes and says, yes, sir. How can we serve you? How can I serve you? Oh, I am Pradyumna Mishra. I'm here to take darshan of Raya Ramananda, says Pradyumna Mishra. Oh, Raya Ramananda, he's currently busy. He's actually in a secluded place with two young girls. And he's dressing them up and he's teaching them how to dance. So that's what he's busy with right now. But soon after that, he will come and he will attend to your orders, says the servant of Raya Ramananda. Pradyumna Mishra is like, what? Raya Ramananda is with two young girls in a secluded place? And he's dressing them up and he's teaching them the dance. Pradyumna Mishra doesn't know how to take this. He didn't expect that. So he he waits for a long time because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has sent him there. So he sits and waits. And late afternoon or so, by early evening, then Rai Ramananda comes and he sees Pradyumna Mishra in the waiting room and says, "Oh, I am so sorry. I didn't know that you were waiting here. I was just busy in the service. Please, can you please now order me? What order of yours can I follow? Please order me," says Rai Ramananda. Then Pradyumna Mishra says, no. I just wanted to have darshan. I had your darshan, so Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And then he leaves from that place, Pradyumna Mishra. He goes to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asks, "Okay, Pradyumna Mishra, did you get to hear about Lord Krishna's pastimes from Rai Ramananda?" Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asks. Then Pradyumna Mishra says, "Yeah, I went there, but his servant said that he is actually with two young girls in a secluded place, and then he's teaching the dance to the young girls. He's dressing them up. So I didn't know what to do." Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, "Now hear me, Pradyumna Mishra. Carefully hear my words. I am a sannyasi, and if I hear the name of a woman or with the thought of a woman, some changes may come in my body too. It's not easy not to be affected with the vision of a woman or a thought of a woman. I'm a sannyasi. I may get affected, but not Rai Ramananda. Rai Ramananda is not ordinary. Actually, Rai Ramananda is spiritually situated. Those who are in Krishna Bhakti and hears the pastimes of Krishna, pastimes of the Lord having the Rasa Lila with the gopis, when these pastimes are heard with great faith from a realized soul, they wash off all the lust in the heart, and their bodies are not lusty anymore. Their bodies are not material bodies anymore. They do not have any tinge of lust in them. You know what it means by their bodies are not material anymore? Srila Haridas Thakura, when he was beaten up, 22 marketplaces, what would happen for a material body, for a regular person, ordinary person, after two marketplaces, they have to give up the body because the body cannot tolerate, and so they have to give up the body and the person dies. That's material body. But Haridasa Thakura, physically also, his body has sustained. Even when the flesh is falling off because of the whipping, Haridas Thakura's body sustained. So, though it looks like Haridas Thakura has the body made of skin and flesh, what runs in that body, the fuel of that body is Bhagavan, Anama, the spiritual force. So every cell of their body is pervaded by this spiritual force, a spiritual energy. For us, the ordinary beings, it's just the pranavayu. As long as the pranavayu is available to the cells in the human body, then the life air will be there. Otherwise, dead. The matter is dead. That's ordinary body. But these Bhagavatas, their bodies, they're not ordinary. They look like material, like Haridas Thakura body. Looks like he is surviving because of the skin and the bone and the life air. No, he is surviving because of the spiritual energy that is flowing, that is pervading throughout them. Like Dhruva Maharaj says, right? Yo anta
Sure.
pravishya mama vachamimam prasuptam sanjeevayati yutam akila shakti dharaswadamnaham anyamscha hastacharana shravanattvagadim pranam namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam. That's the spiritual internal energy that flows in these bodies. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, Rai Ramananda, he looks like his body looks like an ordinary material body, but he's actually situated in his spiritual body. He has become so pure that he is in spiritual body. He is situated in spiritual body. Because he is situated in spiritual body, he is doing his seva in his spiritual body. Like Rai Ramananda is in spiritual body, he's Vishaka, right? What does the Sakis do to the Manjaris? The Sakis take full care of Manjaris. They bathe the Manjaris, they dress the Manjaris, they massage the bodies of Manjaris, they decorate the bodies of Manjaris, they teach them the dance. And then these Manjaris, they can go and dance for the pleasure of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. That's what the Sakis do. The transcendental Sakis are in transcendental bodies. That's what they do. That's exactly Rai Ramananda. That's what he's doing. So when Rai Ramananda is bathing the young girls, dressing them, decorating them, and teaching them the dance, he's actually doing in his transcendental body, in his Siddha Deha. This is very uncommon and it is not possible for all. This is the prerogative of Raya Ramananda. Only he can do that, says Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in this way, Raya Ramananda, he was appearing as, like one of the male bodies, right? Appearance is like that. But internally, they are always situated in their Siddha Deha. And so that is Raya Ramananda. And for us also, dear devotees, the Brahman initiated devotees, when we do the Abhishek of the deities, Abhishek of deities is bathing them, bathing their transcendental bodies, touching their transcendental bodies, massaging their transcendental bodies, decorating their transcendental bodies. They are transcendental bodies. We are what? We are simply sadhakas. But they are the transcendental bodies, the deities there. So when we, the sadhakas, are given this opportunity to do that to the deities, which are transcendental bodies, then Rai Ramananda, who is already in the Siddha Deha, he is doing the service to and those transcendental bodies. So he's seeing them as Manjaris, and he is in his Siddha Deha, so he was doing his service. That is Rai Ramananda. Like that. So when he hears, Pradyumna Mishra hears this from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, now go. You should go again and tell him that I have sent you to him to hear Krishna Katha, Krishna Lila, says Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Pradyumna Mishra couldn't wait to go. See, this is the thing, dear devotees. We may be meeting many personalities, but when we know the glory of their personality, then everything about our interaction with them will change. What was so very casual before And what was misunderstood before, like Pradyumna Mishra, it was so natural and easy for him to get puzzled and misunderstand. But when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has enlightened him, helped him see the glory of Rai Ramananda, now Pradyumna Mishra is not the same anymore. He couldn't wait to go to Rai Ramananda. Yeah. Familiarity breeds contempt. Yeah. But when the glory, when the glory is heard from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that is hearing the glory of Rai Ramananda is greatest fortune for Pradyumna Mishra, because now he is going to receive, hear the katha from Rai Ramananda with the right mood, with great earnestness. I like that. So yeah, Pradyumna Mishra goes now. And then Rai Ramananda is there, and he receives Pradyumna Mishra and says, "Yes, please, how can I serve you? Please order me. What do you need?" "Oh yeah, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has sent me here and he wanted me to hear Krishna Katha from you." "Ah, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has sent you here? Krishna Katha, you want to hear Krishna Katha? Oh, my great fortune. I will get to speak Krishna Katha. What Krishna Katha do you want to hear? Huh? Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. Which Krishna Katha do you want to hear?" Then Pradyumna Mishra says, "I actually, I do not know what I know and what I don't know. I really do not know anything. You please decide. You please decide what is good for me. And you please speak the katha that you think is suitable for me." And he says that, but he also says that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that he wanted me to tell you that he sent me to you for Krishna Katha. So, if you think it is appropriate, whatever katha that you have spoken to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu during that South India trip, do you think you will be able to speak that? Because that's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, that he hears Krishna Katha from you. Would you be able to speak the same Krishna Katha, if that's okay with you? Rai Ramananda is very happy. Wow, I could get to speak about Krishna, and especially those topics that Gaurachandra has touched upon. And he sent Pradyumna Mishra to me, so I can speak those topics again. He gets very happy, very ecstatic, Rai Ramananda. He starts speaking. That was in the morning. He starts speaking. Hours, and the lunchtime pass. Nobody knew that they were not. Neither of them knew that they were hungry. Yeah. And the lunchtime passed and the evening, and the sun is setting. Then the servant of Rai Ramananda comes and says, "Now the sun is setting. It is time to do the evening rituals and get some prasadam." So he comes. And that's when they had to pause the Krishna Katha there. Pradyumna Mishra offers prostrated obeisances to Rai Ramananda. And he goes back to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he says, "What great fortune is mine that you were so merciful that you sent me to Rai Ramananda." And the Krishna Katha that he was speaking, oh my goodness. You have bestowed special mercy upon me, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that you have sent to Rai Ramananda. And that katha is doesn't belong to this world. And also he told me that whatever he spoke is not his words, and this is all because of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Gauranga Mahaprabhu is like a musician playing a string instrument. I am like a string instrument, Veena. And Gauranga Mahaprabhu is the one playing this string instrument. So whatever I spoke is because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu orchestrated it. And none of that is mine. That's what he said, says Pradyumna Mishra. So dear devotees, that is actually true. The katha, it is clear. It is clear to the receiver when they are receiving the descending mercy. It is clear to them that it is not theirs. It is not theirs. So that's what Rai Ramananda is saying. And this is called as humility, but we already heard before. Humility means acknowledging reality. All of us, when we hear Krishna Katha, when we speak Krishna Katha, speaking Krishna Katha is no different from hearing Krishna Katha, because Krishna Katha needs to be transmitted as such, with full transparency. No additions, no deletions, no dilutions, no diversions. Only when Krishna Katha is transmitted as such, with full transparency, that's the only thing the speaker has to do. The rest of the transformation in the heart is done by the Krishna Katha himself, Krishna himself. Speaker doesn't have to do anything. Just be chaste, and then just give as such, with no changes. So that is the Prachar Seva. We just pass it on with no change, full transparency. And then that will automatically cause the transformation in the heart. So that's what Rai Ramananda said. That is what speaking Krishna Katha means. Anything different than that, if anything of ours comes there, it is diluted, diverted. All we need to do is just worship what we are receiving, transmit as such. That's all. That's the seva, prachar seva. That's all. Okay, so that's about Rai Ramananda, glories of Rai Ramananda. How he is always situated in his Siddha Deha. Right? And we have heard other points also. Now, so, yeah. So we have, I think when we summarize, we'll touch base, but these are the glories of Rai Ramananda, especially how he is situated in the Siddha Deha. We also heard about the humility aspect of it. And now, dear devotees, coming to, so the last thing in Rai Ramananda says, we heard the Lila, and what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has done with his associates is very wonderful. The topics of what that Raya Ramananda is speaking, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, I am a sannyasi, I could get agitated with the thought of women, but Raya Ramananda does not. It means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has empowered his associates. He specifically chose his associates and empowered them in such a way to cut down the pride of all the caste brahmanas. The topics that Raya Ramananda speaks are so elevated. But what is he from a material standpoint, from a Varna Ashrama standpoint? He was, after all, a Grihastha, not a sannyasi. a grihastha. And what that was the ashram. What varna is he? Is he a brahmana? No. Kshatriya? No. Vaishya? No. Shudra. So a shudra who is a grihastha, that combination is looked down so much. But that's who Rai Ramananda is. From a material standpoint, the placement, varna and ashrama. Gauranga Mahaprabhu chose him to speak the most elevated topics of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. And the glories of the holy name. Oh, who spoke the glories of the holy name? Who is doing all the yajnas, Vedic Brahmana, who is doing the Ucharana or the Nama, Vishnu Sahasranama, the yajnas by the Brahmana. Is that the Brahmana that is speaking the glories of the holy name? No. Not a Brahmana, a Malecha, a Muslim, in whose religion the name, the holy name is not taken. The holy name of the Lord, the Vedic holy name of the Lord, holy names of the Lord are not taken by the Melechas. But through that Melecha, Srila Haridas Thakura, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought out the Nama Tattva. I like that. And Rupa and Sanatana, who are they? From a social standpoint, they were also almost Melechas because they worked for the Muslims. And what is their glory? How much the Bhakti scriptures that they have written, the Tattva and the Rasa of Bhakti. By whom? By the Melechas in the society. Sanatan, Dabir Khasa, Sakar Malik. So this is the beauty of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the glory of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He chose certain personalities and empowered them for a specific reason to show that none of this varna or ashrama are the criteria for the divinity and the mellows of divinity to manifest from. So that's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right. Gaura Bhakti is like that, dear devotees. Gaura Bhakti is like that. There is no varna, no ashrama like that. Whoever Gauranga Mahaprabhu blesses, what to speak of human beings? We have seen even the animals and trees and creepers. Where is the limit for the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? So that's the glory of Mahaprabhu. So, and yeah, next one is we will hear about Swarupa Damodara. Here, dear devotees, this is a good one. See, there is we have heard about Bhagwan Pandita, right? Bhagwan Pandita is one of the associates of the Lord in Puri. Bhagwan Pandita, I think he's the same person whose brother was a Vedanta speaker, and he tried to ask Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and everybody to, especially the Swarup Damodara, to hear Mayavada Bhashya, and he gets chastised. So, Bhagwan Pandita, this time he brings a Bengali Brahmana. And this Bengali Brahmana, he's bringing this Bengali Brahmana, and this is not about the Mayavadi. This is not asking Swarup Damodara to hear about the Mayavadi. This is about the poetry of this Bengali Brahmana on Gauranga Mahaprabhu and Jagannath. So this will be wonderful. So maybe all the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and maybe Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also will like it. So Bhagwan Pandita thinks like that, and he brings this Bengali Brahmana. Of course, everything has to be screened by Swarup Damodara before it goes to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then, okay. Then Swarup Damodara there and other devotees in Puri, they were also there. And this Brahmana started reciting his poetry. He recited the whole poetry and the meaning of that poetry. And what it says is, Jagannath, you are the Lord of the universe. If Jagannath is like a body, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like soul. And this soul has manifested in Jagannath Puri and is dancing. So the poetry goes like that. And everybody's like, wow, Haribol, beautiful, beautiful. And this guy, this Brahmana, he's from Bengal, and he is glorifying Jagannath. He's talking about Jagannath's body, and he's saying Gauranga Mahaprabhu is like the soul, effulgent soul of Jagannath, and he's born here in Jagannath Puri. And everybody's, oh, wonderful, wonderful. Swarup Damodara says, wait a minute. Can you repeat what you said? And can you explain what do you mean? And then Bengal Brahmana, he recites the poem again and says, yeah, Jagannath is like body and Mahaprabhu is like soul. And Mahaprabhu has taken birth here to give pleasure to Jagannath. Excuse me, wait a minute. Stop right there. What nonsense are you speaking? Jagannath is like a body. Jagannath is Bhagavan. You are considering the body of Jagannath like an external garment, an external body? Jagannath is Bhagavan and his body is transcendental. And what did you just say? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like a soul of Jagannath and he took birth in Jagannath Puri. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also Bhagavan himself. He doesn't take birth. What kind of poetry is this? What kind of understanding do you have? Svarvadamadara chastises this Bengal Brahmana. And everybody is silenced. Everybody thought, wow, Haribol, beautiful, beautiful poetry. And now Swarup Damodara, he doesn't think so. He doesn't say that. This is understanding Katha in Tattva, dear devotees. Bhakti is not just sentimental. So the devotees there in Jagannath Puri, not everybody knew Tattva. So when they heard Jagannath, they said Haribol, Haribol. And when they heard Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's body is like a soul and it is effulgent, it is just a superficial understanding and an emotional response that everybody said, oh, beautiful, beautiful. So bhakti is not sentimental like that. Bhakti is to be understood and performed in tattva, as Swarup Damodara is saying. What's the tattva of Bhagwan here? Jagannath is Bhagwan. And Bhagavad Tattva is there's no difference between body and soul. And what's the tattva of Gauranga here? He is Bhagwan himself. And he's not an extraordinary soul like that. So tattva is to be understood. And tattva is to be presented. Tattva is to be presented. Any deviation from tattva can create havoc. So his poetry may be good, Bengali Brahmana. But if tattva is not scrutinized, that's like Mayavadi poetry, right? So it is important that bhakti is to be understood in tattva and is to be presented in tattva, dear devotees. And this is, we just heard that Prachar Seva is simply receiving descending mercy and presenting it as such, right? Full transparency. That's what we have heard. Chastity and full transparency. Yes, very good. But receiving descending mercy is full of tattva. So, bhakti is to be understood in tattva. Bhagavan should be understood in tattva. Gaura should be understood in tattva. What happens if we don't understand in tattva? See, for example, if we take Bhakti Tattva is just a path of pure descending mercy. If we don't understand the Tattva of Bhakti like that, and if we don't practice the Tattva of Bhakti like that, and if we don't present the Tattva of Bhakti like that, then it is a disservice. Because what we are presenting should bring complete good fortune upon us and to whoever is receiving it. So, bhakti and Bhagavan, Bhakti, Nama, they are to be understood in Tattva. Like when Bhakti is not understood properly in Tattva, what it means is we are not understanding the extent of mercy of Bhagavan. We are not understanding the nature of the mercy of Bhagavan. Yeah. Then our service is limited. It is limited and it's not completely given. So it is important to understand Bhakti in Tattva and also present it in Tattva. Otherwise, whatever results that are promised in Shastra, how can we see those results? And whoever is hearing, how can they practice it and they get the results if the bhakti is not presented in Tattva? Tattva is science. It's like a formula. Yeah. H2 plus O. Then the water should come out. Yeah, water molecule should come out like that. When bhakti is presented in Tattva, then pratyakshaavagamam dharmyam susukam kartum avyayam. That should be the outcome, right? So that's why it is important to understand the Tattva. So whatever is promised in the Shastra can be perceived by the presenter and by the listener also. Yeah, that is important. And that's why the writing and preaching or prachar seva is a very responsible service. A very responsible service. Any other services like dressing the deities or cooking or like that, if it is just a little bit, if the taste isn't that great one time, and if the dressing of the deities is not the best one time, then there is no major loss to the devotees. But in Prachar Seva, when the descending mercy and when the Tattva is not presented as such, then the results can be compromised. So it's very important. Prachar Seva is a very responsible seva in that regard. We should, that's why it is important to understand the tattvas. Yes. Okay, so that is about Swarupa Damodara. So he chastises. So first he chastises and he scrutinizes the tattva, and then this Bengali Brahmana, he didn't expect that. He didn't even realize that he didn't know the tattva. And Swarup Damodara is chastising him. Then Swarup Damodara says, okay. Then when Bengali Brahmana says, I'm so sorry, I didn't know that. How do I know the correct understanding? Then Swarup Damodara says, Chaitanyera Bhakta Ganera Nityakara Sangha Tabete Janibe Siddhanta Samudra Taranga. The only way to know about the Tattva of Gaura, you are trying to present Gaura Tattva here. How can you know about the Gaura? Without going through the devotees of Gaura, through the associates of Gaura. So you should take the Sangha of Chaitanya Bhaktas. They will teach you the Tattva of Gaura. Tabite Janibe Siddhanta. Then you will know the Tattva. So, Tattva with Guru. So, Bhagavan, it can only be known through the associates. Through the associates, through the pure devotees. So, for Gaura Tattva, especially Gaura Tattva can be understood only through the Gaura Priya Jana. When they speak, only then we can understand, not even by reading. Oh, wow, how much can we get through by our reading? What can this intelligence comprehend about the abundance of mercy of Gaura and his ways, his mellows of mercy? What can this dull intelligence comprehend? So, to hear Gaura Tattva, to know and Gaura Tattva, to understand, we have to hear from Gaura Priyajana, Gaura Bhaktas. So, that is also very important, dear devotees. It's not through Google search. It's not through the random YouTube like that. But through the devotees of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And also, yeah, so not only Swarup Damodara said Tattva is important, but he also said this is how you get to know. You learn it from the associates of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So that's the thing, dear devotees. And yeah, that's all in regards to that pastime that one should know in Tattva, and that comes through the associates of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And now comes Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. Yes. Shriman Rasa Rasarambi Vamsi Vatatatastita Karshan Venu Swanair Kopir Gopinatastu Svien Namaha. Abhide Prayojana Acharya Srila Raghunath Dasa Goswami ki Jaya. The Charita of Raghunath Dasa Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami, he had darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was small. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going to Jagannath Puri, when he stopped by at Shantipura, Advaitacharya's place, then that was the first time Raghunath Das Goswami had darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Advaitacharya, he actually engaged Raghunath Das Goswami in personal service of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because the Mujumdar family, they were very generous to the devotees, and they used to take care of the devotees and give them donations like that. So this way Advaitacharya engaged Raghunath Das Goswami in personal service of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. What happens? Even just having darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from a distance itself, we have heard that people, everybody goes mad, mad with love of God. And this little boy Raghu got direct service to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he stays there for a few days, and his parents sends the servants to bring this boy back again, and this boy doesn't want to go. He wants to stay with Gauranga Mahaprabhu only. But again, he had to go. Advaitacharya had to send him back. So that was the first meeting. And since then, this little boy Raghu, he couldn't stop thinking about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he wanted to go to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And so, and the second meeting was when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going to Ramkeli. He stops by at Panihatti, and then Raghunath Das Goswami comes. Oh, actually, yeah, that's the whole story. No, yeah, let's do that. So that was the first meeting. Yeah. Our Raghunath Das Goswami's first meeting was in Shantipura. Okay, so this little Raghu, he's there. He's there in the custody of this of his parents, and he is wanting to go to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu so much that he was always trying to escape from his house. So what these parents, what they did was, they thought, okay, if we get our son married, then maybe that will keep him in the house and he will not try to escape. So they will get Raghunath. Raghu, still he didn't get initiated yet. So they will get Raghu married to a beautiful, beautiful girl. And still, he still tries to escape. And these parents, they were thinking, we got this. We got our boy married to this beautiful girl and he has these pleasures of Indra. And his wife is like an angel. Yeah, why is he still trying to escape? Mother is very sorry and she's tearful. And the father says, what to do? I know I am his father, but how can I stop him? Tie him up with ropes every day. He had darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and that attraction seems to be very great. What can I do? Says, okay. So this goes on, trying to escape, and then again, his father bringing him back and tying him. This is going on. Then Raghunatha, one day he meditates. He makes up his mind, and he comes to Panihati. That's where Nityanandaram is there. Okay, he comes to Panihati, but he stays very distant. He stays very far. There, Nityanandaram was seen seated under a big banyan tree, and there were many of his associates were there. So Nityanandaram was there giving darshan and speaking to many of his associates. But Raghunath Dasa, he stands far. But Nityanandaram comes to know that Raghunath Das has come. So he says, oh, there is a thief hiding there. Raghunath Das, bring him here. So Raghunath Das was very hesitant to come, but he was forcefully brought. And then, of course, Raghunath Das Goswami, he offers his prostrated obeisances to Nityanandaram. And Nityanandaram, it is said that he was very merciful and is funny too. So Nityanandaram says, you are a thief. You are hiding somewhere back there, huh? You are a thief. And you want to get Chaitanya Mahaprabhu directly? Since you are a thief, you have a punishment now. You need to feed all these devotees. That is your punishment, says Nityananda. And Raghunath Das Goswami feels very happy that he's getting service of Nityanandaram and service of all the devotees. He's very happy that Nityanandaram is addressing him and he's instructing him. So Raghunath Das Goswami, he quickly calls all his men. He's very rich family, Raghunath Das Goswami. Hundreds of servants. So Raghunath Das Goswami, he calls his people and says, bring in, actually Nityanandaram says, you have to feed all these Vaishnavas chipped rice. 2 kinds of chipped rice have to be made. One kind should be made with dahi, yogurt, and the other kind with milk. Okay, now feed all these Vaishnavas with this chida dahi, okay, chipped rice. So now Raghunath Das Goswami says, okay, please, now that Nityanandaram has ordered, please bring all the chipped rice. in our village. All the yogurt available, all the milk available, please bring them all. And all of them went and they brought all the stuff. Um, uh, and the news spread that there is going to be a festival, chip rice festival here. So all the villages, not just the village of Raghunath Das Goswami, but all the nearby villages also came. So now Raghunath Das Goswami, he says, he sends his servants and they had to bring all the milk available, the yogurt that's available, and the chipped rice available, and the sugar available, everything that is present in all the nearby villages also, that also had to be brought. And in this way, there were hundreds of people that is participating in this Panihatti festival and is being fed chipped rice. And so now this news has gone even further. What happened was all the shopkeepers, they started coming here. The servants didn't have to go to the shops. The shopkeepers, they came. They came with their milk, with the yogurt, with the chip rice and all the ingredients. What did Raghunath Das Goswami do? He purchased all of that they brought, and the chipped rice preparations were made, and all the shopkeepers are also fed. So in this way, whoever heard that there was a festival of Panihatti and came there, everybody was fed chipped rice. And all the shopkeepers who came there to sell their products, all their products were purchased and they were also fed chipped rice. In this way, there were hundreds of people on the bank of Ganges and there was not enough place to even sit there. So they started standing and honoring the chipped rice. Even the standing was also not enough. Standing on the ground, on the land was not enough. So they had to go into the waters of the Ganges. So like that, there were hundreds of people that participated in chipped rice Chida Dahi festival that Raghunath Das Goswami has sponsored. So Nityananda Ram, of course, he first ate the preparations along with his associates. And while that was happening, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also came. And Nityananda Ram, not everybody could see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Only few could have darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Nityananda Ram was feeding Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, pushing lots and lots of chip rice in his mouth. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was also doing the same to the Nityananda Prabhu. So that was going on. Those pastimes were going on. And in this way, they enjoyed the chip rice and they danced, both Nityananda Ram and Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And meanwhile, Raghav Pandita came there. Raghav Pandita, remember dear devotees? Raghav Pandita. It is said that in the house of Raghav Pandita, in the cooking of Raghav Pandita, in the house of Raghav Pandita, Srimati Radharani, she personally comes and cooks. It is that tasty in Raghav Pandita's house. So he invited Nityananda Ram actually to come have prasad. So he comes and says, I have cooked everything there, got ready. I offered the bhoga also and I have been waiting for you there. And I cooked all that. And you seem to be eating all this chip rice, all the preparations of this chip rice, all these pots. When are you going to eat my preparations? Then Nityananda Ram says, see, I'm a cowhead boy, okay? And these are all my associates are cowhead boys, yeah? And we really like to have these picnics on the bank of these rivers. So let me enjoy. I'm going to eat all that is present here now. And in the night, I'll come to your place and then I will take the food that you have cooked, says Nityananda Ram. Okay. So in this way, the celebration has happened. And in the evening, Nityananda Ram, he goes to Raghav Pandita, and Raghav Pandita invites Raghunath Das Goswami also. And so Nityananda Ram and all the associates say they also invite Raghunath, ask Raghunath Das Goswami also to eat, but Raghav Pandita says, no, he will wait. All of you please have it first. is because Raghav Pandita wants Raghunath Das Goswami to get the remnants of Nityananda Ram and his associates. And that's why he says, Raghunath Das can wait. Huh? First, you all have like that. So everybody was really affectionate to Raghunath Das Goswami. So in this way, Nityananda Ram, he eats, he takes a prasad in Raghav Pandita's house also. And when he's about to leave, he says, um, mm, Raghunath Das Goswami. He tells Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Das, you are very fortunate. Gauranga Mahaprabhu had personally come here to accept your offering of chip rice. It means now you have the mercy of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. You will be liberated from that bondage of that family life very soon. So you will be going to Puri, and then you will be under the care of Swarupa, Damodara. And Nityananda Ram says all this, and Raghunath Das Goswami feels so happy. And then he offers Dandavat pranams to Nityananda Ram. He's very jubilant. And Nityananda Ram, after giving this blessing, he leaves that place. Then Raghunath Das Goswami, he goes to Raghav Pandita and he says, I want to give, thousands of gold coins and so much of dakshina to Nityananda Ram. I do not know who takes care of the donations of Nityananda Ram, but you please, somehow, please see that all this money goes as a donation to Nityananda Ram. Because he is so happy, Raghunath Das Goswami, that finally he will get to have darshan of Mahaprabhu. He will get to go to Jagannath Puri and have Gauranga Mahaprabhu very soon. So that's why he wanted to give so much of dakshina to Nityananda Ram. Not only to him, he says to Raghav Pandita, tell me, please, all the associates of Nitai, they also should get dakshina. Please tell me how much should I give. I just want to donate everything. So that was the ecstasy of Raghunath Das Goswami. In that ecstasy, he just gives huge donations to Nityananda Ram and his associates like that. Yeah. Then, so Raghunath Das Goswami, he goes back. Yeah. He goes back. And now he's waiting for the right time. Now he's confident that he's escaping. He doesn't have to try to escape all the time, but it will be clear for him what the plan is and how he will be able to get out of this place. Now he's confident, dear devotees. This is the difference. Before going to Nityananda Ram, he tried and tried and tried. Each time he tried to escape, he was brought back and tied by the ropes. He wanted to run to Jagannath Puri to Gauranga Mahaprabhu. One cannot get Gauranga Mahaprabhu directly. Raghunath Das Goswami had to go to Nityananda Ram first. Nityananda Ram places us at the lotus feet of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So Nitai gives Gauranga. Guru gives us Gauranga. To understand the teachings of Gauranga and even to practice the teachings of Gauranga, we need the instructions and purification that is given by Nityananda Ram. So with the instruction and purification that is given by Nityananda Ram and his representative Guru, only then we will be able to get Gauranga, understand and practice the instruction of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So it is through Nitai we get Gaura. It is through Guru we get Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Through the instruction and purification that happens through Nitai or Guru. That's how we get Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So that's one thing. That is one thing to note. We cannot get Gauranga Mahaprabhu directly. So, like that. So now it is clear. Now he has the blessings from Nityanandaram. So one day what happens is, there's a family priest, Yadunandana Acharya. He is the disciple of Advaita Acharya. So this family priest says, our the deity, a pujari deity, deity for the pujari for the deity is not coming. So would you please go and inspire him to come to his service? So that's what Yadunandana Acharya asks Raghunath Goswami. So in that's evening time. So Yadunandana Acharya wanted Raghunath Das Goswami to inspire the priest to come to the temple and perform the deity worship. And Raghunath Das Goswami says, sure, yes. I will inspire the Brahmana. I will go where he is. So just take me through the, take me outside of this palace. So, because when he tries to escape, then he will be caught. But when Yadunanda Acharya is taking him outside the palace, then nobody would have suspicion. So, in this way, he comes out of the palace and he walks for a distance, and then he tells Yadunandana Acharya, okay, now you please go home and just get rest peacefully. I will go to Brahmana's house and I will inspire him to come and to do the deity worship. He says that. That's evening by the time it is night. Yadunanda Acharya goes to his place, and now Raghunath Das Goswami, it is clear to him that this is the time for him to run to Jagannath Puri. There are no servants around to catch him. Raghunath Das Goswami, before he runs to Jagannath Puri, wanted to mention this. Raghunath Das Goswami, when he first saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and when he was married, and when he first saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you should go back now. He didn't want it to go back when he was in Shantipura. He didn't want it to go back. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, no, you should go back. You should go back and externally behave like a materialistic person, in the sense as if you are interested in the material dealings and family relationships like that. Inside, whatever bhakti you have, you keep it inside. But externally, just blend in. Just blend in. So there is no suspicion. And a time will come in the future. A time will come in the future. But do not try to do renunciation in a premature way. No markata vairagya. So don't run from the house prematurely looking for renunciation. Give it time. And when the time comes, you will know. That's something to remember, dear devotees. Yeah, that happened in the very beginning, in the very first meeting. That's what Gauranga Mahaprabhu tells to Raghunath Das Goswami. And of course, after that, Raghunath Das Goswami, it is said that he tries his very best. For 1 year, pakka, he behaves like a very materialistic person, in the sense, he pretends as if he's very interested with all these material affairs. For 1 year, he does that. But after that, he couldn't do. And that's when he tried to escape every day, and he was caught up like that. So that I wanted to mention. So that was in the beginning. And now is the time for Raghunath Das Goswami. It is clear that it is the time to run to Jagannath Puri. So it is like this. It will be clear, dear devotees, for us also. When we are practicing bhakti under guidance properly, things will be clear to us. Our own attempts, our own understanding, our own, everything our own. When it is on our own, we will be brought back and tied up with the ropes, like Raghunath Das Goswami when he tried like that. But um, when when it comes through Guru, yeah, through the channel of the Guru Tattva, things just they just get clear. Like how clear was Raghunath Das Goswami? He actually had the blessing. He was assured. This Guru Tattva is about assurance, clarity, connection. And then when he went back, Raghunath Das Goswami, he was not too anxious. He did not try to escape anymore. he, he knew when the time has come. He knew that the time was going to come, and he knew when the time has come. That's the clarity. Yeah. So now Raghunath Das Goswami, this is the time. There are no servants around, and he starts running towards Jagannath Puri. Dear devotees, so far we have seen the eagerness of Raghunath Das Goswami to go to Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Since the first visit up until now, such great eagerness to go to Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Exactly, very similar to the Narottama Charita. Narottam Das Thakur also, he tries to do the same thing, but somehow on one day, Nityananda Ram appears to in his dream, in Narottama's dream also. And then, of course, he guides him to Padmavati river. And after that, Narottama, after Nityananda Ram comes in the dream and directs and instructs, then he would be able to escape from his palace and then run through the forest to go to Vrindavana. Same thing happened to Narottam Das Thakura. And here to Raghunath Das Goswami also same thing. So now Raghunath Das Goswami, he started running towards Jagannath Puri. He did not take the main road, but he started running through the forest path. Because if he takes the main road, then he will quickly be noted and he will be brought back to his palace. That's why he goes through the forest, through the villages like that. It took about 14 days for him to walk and run combination from his place to Jagannath Puri. It is said that he was eating only once in 3 or 4 days. Whatever was available, dry grains, cooked grains, milk, whatever was available, just to keep the body and soul together. Hunger was not an impediment. See, this is raga. How do we know there is raga bhakti? This is what raga bhakti is. Nothing that is an impediment usually will be an impediment anymore when there is that great attachment. So he runs 14 days and now he comes. When he comes to Jagannath Puri, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with all his associates was sitting there leisurely discussing, and here comes Raghunatha and offers prostrated obeisances, and then Gopinath Acharya is there. He says, "Oh, here is Raghunatha. He has come." And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he feels very happy. Raghunath Das Goswami, he tries to offer his obeisance to the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gets up and embraces Raghunath Das Goswami. He is so affectionate, so affectionate. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, "Oh, Raghunath, Krishna is so merciful to you, so merciful to you, that he put you out of this." Chaitanya Charitamrita says the description is, the materialistic life is like living in the hole of living in the pit where the stool is passed. But Krishna has pulled you out of that materialistic life. How merciful is Krishna, says Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then Raghunath Das Goswami, what does he say? I don't know about Krishna. Gauranga, it is your mercy that brought me here. Same thing Sanatana Goswami, right? So, and so, and by this time, 14 days, no cleaning of the body, no food, and Raghunath Das Goswami, his condition doesn't look too good. So, he entrusts the care of Raghunath Das Goswami to Swarup Damodara. He says, okay, Raghunath, from today on, you will be called Swarupera Raghunath. So in this way, his care is entrusted to Swarupa Damodara. He says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Swarupa, accept him as your servant or son. He will be under your care now. In this way, Raghunath Das Goswami has become one of his intimate associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Dear devotees, Swarupa Damodara and Rai Ramananda, these are the only two devotees that are present in the Gambhira Lila of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's going to come in very soon. It will, that session also will come. So Swarupa Damodara, he knows confidential things about Gauranga Mahaprabhu, about his mood in Gambhira. And now Raghunath Das Goswami has become the servant of Swarupa Damodara. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling Swarupa Damodara to train Raghunath Das Goswami. No wonder he has become the Prayojana Acharya, Raghunath Das Goswami. So, in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has placed Raghunath Das Goswami under the care of Swarupa Damodara. And Govinda, the servant of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he fed Raghunath Das Goswami the prasad of Jagannath sumptuously, as ordered by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in this way, Raghunath Das Goswami ate the prasad for about 5 days or so. After that, Raghunath Das Goswami, he is not to be seen around. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asking to Swarupa, Swarupa, what happened to Raghunath? I don't see him here. Where is he getting prasad? And now that Raghunath is under the care of Swarupa Damodara, everything that Raghunath does is under the instruction of and permission of Swarupa Damodara, and he knows everything about Raghunath now. So, if there is anything that is to be known about Raghunath, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asks Swarupa. So, he's asking, where is his Swarupa? Then Swarupa Damodar says, these days he's not, his renunciation is increasing. He's just begging the food at Simhadwara. He does not want to eat sumptuously. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, this is very good. That should be the way of a renunciant. So like that, Raghunath Das Goswami, he just used to stand at Simhadwara. And what it means is, whoever takes mercy upon these yachakas, the yachakas, the beggars, then whoever takes mercy, the Jagannath servants, whatever they give, that's all these yachakas would get, the mendicants would get, and Raghunath Das Goswami would get. So in other words, sometimes he may get, sometimes he may not get. So that's happening. And that continued for some time. And meanwhile, Raghunath Das Goswami goes to Swarup Damodar and says, I do not know what my duty is. Would you please ask Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to please tell me what my duty is? Then Swarupa Damodara, he takes him to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And there is something that has happened when he was doing his begging at Simhadwara. Actually, these are the words of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he heard that Raghunath Das Goswami is begging at Simhadwara, he is very happy about Raghunath Das Goswami's renunciation. And Vairagi, Vairagi karibe sada nama sankirtana magiya khana kare jivana rakshanam Vairagi hana yeba kare parapeksha karya siddhi nahi Krishna karena upeksha Vairagi hana kare jihvara lalasa Paramartha yayara hayara seravasham Vairagira kritya sada nama samkirtanam Shaktapatra phalamule udara bharana. These are all the instructions for a sannyasi. A sannyasi, see, when one is subservient to the tongue, belly or genitals, then they cannot attain Krishna. So a renunciant is supposed to have control on the tongue. Control on the tongue, genitals and belly. So I'm very happy that Raghunath Das Goswami is very nicely heading in the way of a renunciant. And one thing here is, dear devotees, as long as there is only when there is control on the tongue, belly, and genitals, then they are fit to be a sannyasi. This is for a renunciant. Renunciant sannyasis, but in general, vacho vega, manasa krodha vegam, udara vegam, udaropashta vegam. So only when these urges are controlled, this is something for us also. The urges do come because we're all ordinary beings and there is passion. The urges do come. It's not so much about the urges coming, but when the urges come, then it means they're to be controlled. Yielding to the passion does not facilitate bhakti. So urges come, but they are to be controlled. They are to be controlled and they are to be dovetailed. Okay. So few days happen. Simhadwara. He begs at Simhadwara for some days. And after that, so after that, he says, I don't understand what my life is about. So Swarup Damodar Goswami, would you please ask Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to tell me the purpose of my life? Some instructions, please, from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then Swarup Damodara takes Raghunath Das Goswami and goes to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Raghunath is here and he is requesting you to please instruct him. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Raghunath, I already placed you under the guidance of Swarupa. So what more is there for me to instruct? Okay, since you have asked, let me instruct you. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives these instructions to Raghunath Das Goswami. It is said that Raghunath Das Goswami never spoke to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Since he went to Puri, he never spoke directly to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Everything was through Swarupa Damodara. That's why he was Swarupa Damodara, Swarupera Raghunatha. But this instruction, seeking instruction also, he was doing it through Swarupa Damodara. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction is this. Specific instruction to Raghunath Das Goswami. Gramya kada na shunibe, gramya varta na kahibe, bala na kaibe ara, bala na paribe. That's instruction regarding external conduct. And the second instruction regarding the internal bhajan, internal conduct. Amani mana dahana, Krishna nama sadalabe, Vraje Radha Krishna seva, manase karibe. This is important, dear devotees. This is the instruction Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave to Raghunath Das Goswami. He says, don't use your tongue for Gramya Katha. Okay? And don't take tasty foods. That's about the tongue. No Gramya Katha, no tasty foods, and no fine clothing. That's the external one. Internally, respect everybody. Do not expect any honor from anybody. Why like that? Krishna Nama Sada Laibe. You will not be able to do Krishna Nama Sada. You cannot take Krishna Nama always unless you Amanina Manadahana Krishna Nama Sada Lebe. Offer all respects to others, don't expect any honor, and do Krishna Nama always. That's the instruction. And that is, while that is happening, while Krishna Nama is happening, what happens in the Manana? Manasika Seva to Radha Krishna. So these are the instructions. Kirtaniya Sadahari, always chant. While you are chanting, there is Manasika Seva that goes within Radha Krishna, Manasika Seva inside. And for this to happen, actually when that is happening, Trinadapi Sunichena, Taroreva Sahishnuna, Amanina Manadena, they automatically happen. When somebody is when somebody is always doing Krishna Nama Bhajan, which is internally Radha Krishna Seva, when somebody is situated like that, then Trinadapi Sunichena, all that automatically happens. That's one thing. But for somebody to actually get there, the obstacles, in order to get to Kirtaniya Sadahari, when one observes these factors like respecting others, not expecting any respect, and then being humble, all these things can facilitate the Krishna Bhajan, Krishna Nama always. So two aspects to this, dear devotees, as we have heard before. When somebody takes the Nama Ashraya, then Trinadapi Sunichena, those qualities, they come simply by taking the Ashraya of the Nama. But when somebody is not in a state of taking the Ashraya of the Nama yet, then they have to cultivate. They have to cultivate and practice to respect others, not to expect any respect from others, and tolerate what might come upon them. So they cultivate, they practice. That is something that can be done when it is taking time to take complete shelter of the holy name. But when one takes complete shelter of the holy name, all these qualities do come. So those are the instructions to Raghunath Das Goswami. Dear devotees, up until now, Raghunath Das Goswami, we have seen how eager he was to get the shelter of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. He ran through the forest, through the villages for 14 days. And now he has gotten instruction from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This has taken Raghunath Das Goswami's bhajan to a different level. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after instructing Raghunath Das Goswami, he says, okay, I have instructed you, but Swarupa will give you further guidance. He says that. And Krishnadas Gaviraj Goswami says, Raghunath Das Goswami's confidential bhajan has begun under the guidance of Swarupa Damodara. So instruction has come from Gauranga Mahaprabhu, but the training is by Swarupa Damodara. And his bhajan has gone to such an extent. So now, Raghunath Das Goswami, he is not to be seen in Simhadwara also. What is happening? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asks Swarupa Damodara. He says, oh yeah, these days, he says that he does not want to wait there expecting people to give him alms. So that's why he's just going to the booth, the charity booth, and he's taking whatever he gets from there. So that's how he is surviving. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very much pleased with this, that his renunciation is growing bigger every day. Then one day, so it is going on like this. And meanwhile, his parents started inquiring about Raghunath Das Goswami, and they asked Shivananda Sen, and Shivananda Sen says, yes, I went to Jagannath Puri and Raghunath Das Goswami is there, and he's very well famous. His renunciation is famous, and he's his heart and soul is Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and there is no moment that he leaves Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So Raghunath Das Goswami is mad in love with Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And his renunciation is so very well known everywhere to the Purivasis. And also his behavior was very pleasing. Okay, so this is what Shivananda Sen says to his parents. Dear devotees, the parents, they feel so sorry that Raghunath Das Goswami is going into renunciation, and they send a lot of money and facilities, etc., to Raghunath Das Goswami. Here, one thing is, dear devotees, when parents, this is one thing regarding parents. Srila Prabhupada said, you know, these parents come to me, and when they come to know that their son has become a devotee, then they are very unhappy. But if the same son, if he becomes a hippie, then they have no problem. So, yeah. So that's what Srila Prabhupada, he said. So how the parents, when they became devotees, they were very unhappy, and they complained to Srila Prabhupada that you are taking away our children. But when the same sons, when they were becoming hippies, what were the parents doing? So same is the case here. Raghunath Das Goswami, actually these parents should be very happy when the children are into devotional path, and when they are heading through renunciation, they should be very happy. Parents should be very happy that their children are getting out of the clutches of Maya. But in this day and age, the parents are happy when the children are very deeply buried in Maya, and when they become famous or when they become rich, then the parents are happy. My children, how famous they are, how rich they are. They are buried in Maya. What are you happy about, dear parents? So parents should be happy when the children are in devotion, in renunciation, because they're getting out of the clutches of Maya. That's when they should be happy. So dear parents, that's for parents. Yeah. So the Raghunath Das Goswami's parents, they were very unhappy that he's going through so much of austerity and renunciation like that. So they send money. So when they're sending the money, Raghunath Das Goswami uses all that money to feed all the devotees there, and he invited Gauranga Mahaprabhu also, twice a month like that. Because because Raghunath Das Goswami invited, Gauranga Mahaprabhu also used to go there. He did that for a few months, I think for about 2 years or so. After that, he stopped doing. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, Swarupa, why did Raghunath stop inviting me for the prasad? Then Swarupa says, Dear Lord, Raghunath is thinking that he should not eat the food that is brought. He should not eat the food that is purchased by the materialistic money that is sent by his parents. So that's why he stopped. And he did not want you to feed that same food too. That's why he stopped feeding. Dear Lord, says Swarupa Damodara. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu becomes very happy. I am very much pleased with Raghunath. Yes, I know. I wasn't so happy to eat that food because with the money that is given by the materialistic mind and the food purchased with by that money, that is not good for the consciousness. So I'm happy that Raghunath is not utilizing that money anymore. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu becomes happy, very happy, that Raghunath Das Goswami is heading towards renunciation in a wonderful way. So what happens one day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this is the one. Vishaira anna kaila, malina haya mana, malina mana haile, nahe Krishnera smarana. Dear devotees, why only prasad? Vishaira anna kaile. When the food comes through the people who are doing Vishaya, who has materialistic interest, food cooked by people who has materialistic interest also, any food not cooked by the devotees, food not cooked by those who are not doing bhajan. What happens when we eat that food? Malinahaya mana. Mind, the manas will be contaminated because we are eating the passion. It pushes the mind. Malina manahela nahe Krishnera smarana. How is it possible to have Krishna smarana when the food that is eaten is causing passion? So that's something to remember, huh? That's the Gauranga Mahaprabhu saying. Why only Krishna Prasad? For Krishna smarana, to facilitate Krishna smarana. That's one thing. So, and then now Gauranga Mahaprabhu is seeing how the renunciation of Raghunath Das Goswami is growing. So one day he gives Govardhan Shila and Gunjamala to Raghunath Das Goswami. Those are not ordinary. Those were actually gifted to Gauranga Mahaprabhu, offered to Gauranga Mahaprabhu by a sannyasi that has come from Vrindavana. So Gauranga Mahaprabhu used to hold this Govardhan Shila either to his heart or to the eyes, on the forehead, or he used to smell. He used to wear this Gunjamala and hold Govardhan to his chest. So this Govardhan Shila is wet with the tears of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is this intimate to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used these two paraphernalia for about 2-3 years. He decided to give them to Raghunath Das Goswami. The Govardhan Shila and Gunjamala. And then Raghunath Das Goswami, he feels so happy. And Swarupa Damodara, he helps Raghunath Das Goswami set up an altar for this paraphernalia. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is described that Raghunath Das Goswami is getting mad. He's in mad in love for Gauranga. He's thinking, this Govardhan Shila that is so dear to Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and this Gunjamala that he wore, and these two things are so dear to him. And he just gave them to me. First of all, he rescued me from that materialistic way of life and the family ties. He took pity on me, he rescued me, he brought me to Jagannath Puri, and now he's giving this to me. By giving this Govardhan Shila to me, he's actually giving me the residence at. He's actually making me the servant of Giriraj Govardhan. He's putting me in the custody of Giriraj Govardhan. And by giving this Gunjamala to me, which are dear to Srimati Radharani, he is making me Radha Dasya. He is making me the servant of Srimati Radharani. He understood that. Raghunath Das Goswami. He feels so ecstatic. And he worships the Govardhan Shila. Like his worship is so deep. What he used to offer was the Ganga water and Tulsi Devi, but it is described in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Kaviraj Goswami says, even if somebody offers the 16 paraphernalia and opulent deity worship also, they would not get the result of what Raghunath Das Goswami is getting simply by worshipping so-called stone with Ganga water and Tulsi Devi. So that's one thing, dear devotees. It's not so much about the external. And not so much about the external. What is the mood of Raghunath Das Goswami in his worship? So much full of love for Gauranga Mahaprabhu, such great gratitude. It's through Gauranga Mahaprabhu he started seeing Krishna in Govardhan Shila. And this is how Gauranga gives us Krishna, the bonding with Krishna. The ways of Sharanagati are given by Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So it's Nityananda Ram that takes us to Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and it's Nityananda Ram and the representative of Nityananda Ram, Guru, that gives us Gauranga, takes us to Gauranga Mahaprabhu, makes us fit to understand and apply the teachings of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. When that is happening, through Gaura, the bonding with the Lord Krishna happens by following the instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by following the ways of worship instructed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The whole Sri Sishtastakam is about that. That develops such a bonding with Nama, with Bhagavan. This is what Gauranga Mahaprabhu does. One cannot approach Krishna directly. No capacity. It has to be through Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Like that. So, now what happened? His internal bhajan has grown so much that he doesn't even want to go to that charity booth. Now, he wants to save time. Raghunath Das Goswami. It is said that Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, in order to save his time for his bhajan and get away from the thought of food, but to keep his life and body together, Raghunath Das Goswami, he started eating the food that is putrefied. What happens is, Jagannath Swami's prasadam is sold in the temple. And whatever is not sold after 2-3 days, it gets decayed and it is thrown away. And that food smell was so bad that cows also did not eat that food. But Raghunath Das Goswami used to go there, take that food and wash off all the soft part of it that is decayed, and used to take the inner core of it. That's the extent of renunciation of Raghunath Das Goswami. So Rupa Damodara comes to know about it. He says, "Oh, Raghunath, what kind of etiquette is that you taste all that yummy food and you don't share with me?" Swarup Damodara takes that, and the news goes to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Swarup Damodar goes and tell him, Gauranga Mahaprabhu feels, he's so pleased. He comes to Raghunath and says, why are you hiding that food? That tastes yummy, yummy food. No, I want that. So he forcefully takes it from Raghunath Das Goswami. And then he eats that and he says, oh, this is so yummy. So many offerings and bhogas are offered to me, but none of those things are so yummy. This is the yummiest one. And then he goes for the second morsel too. Then, but Swarup Damodar, he stops. No, 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 no. Dear Lord, my Lord, this food is not fit for you. No, please don't. So Swarupa stops that. But this is the extent of renunciation of Raghunath Das Goswami. Why is he doing this? Because it is said that his tongue, after he received the instruction, he did not use the tongue for anything other than Krishna. So no words have come from his tongue other than Krishna. And he did not use the tongue for the taste. These two things. Yeah. And his bhajan has gotten so deeper because he's doing this Nirantara Krishna Nama and simultaneously the internal Mansik Seva to Sri Radha and Krishna is happening. He was so addicted to that he didn't want to think about the food, think about the clothing. And his clothing was also very minimal. And the food part, he didn't want to think about it. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehina. Raso varjam rasopiyasya parandrishtva nivartate. So dear devotees, this is one thing here. Raghunath Das Goswami, he's not doing any of these things forcibly. When we give up the things, renunciation will not last long if it is done forcibly, with no taste for something high inside. Raghunath Das Goswami is doing all this because he's getting such great taste in his bhajan and he wants to save time, thought, save the thought and the time for internal bhajan. That's why he's detaching with everything outside. No thought of food, no thought of clothing, like that. So dear devotees, for us in bhakti, instead of focusing on don'ts, we should focus on do's. Renunciation is there, but what that renunciation will naturally happen, gradually and naturally happen in a sustainable way when our bhajan gets deeper. How can our bhajan get deeper? When we increase, when our association, when we prioritize the quality of our association, and when we prioritize the Naam bhajan, yeah, when we prioritize that, then automatically we will give the time for the Sangha, for the Katha related to that. See, for example, when the Krishna Katha is going on, when we prioritize to hear the Katha, and when we prioritize to do the bhajan, then we can postpone, even if we are hungry or even if we want to do something, that naturally gets delayed. When we are getting the taste out of hearing, when we are getting the taste from a Sangha, it naturally delays the rest of the things. So by increasing our attachment to the Katha, to the bhajan, which comes through the Sangha, automatically the detachment for the material things would happen. So our focus is to increase attachment to the do's. Increase attachment to the Krishna Katha and bhajan. And that comes through the Sangha. Yeah. And everything else naturally happens. Yeah. That's all. So yeah, in this way, Raghunath Das Goswami bhajan has deepened so much. And after this, what happens is, it's not described here, dear devotees. So Raghunath Das Goswami, his bhajan is like this. He used to his 22 hours bhajan, maybe just 1.5 hours of body maintenance, zero thought about the food or the clothing, like that. So in this way, Raghunath Das Goswami, our bhajan is there. And after Gauranga Mahaprabhu leaves the body, leaves this planet, Raghunath Das Goswami goes to Vrindavana. And there he writes Vilapa Kusumanjali and Radha Sudhanidhi. So many books, they're all to do with Srimati Radharani, Radha Dasya, because he received Gunjamala, right? So she, as a servant of Srimati Radharani, he was situated in his Siddha Deha, Raghunath Das Goswami. So Radha Dasya is the prayojana for the Gaudiya Sampradaya. We say Krishna Prema, right? Specifically what? Radha Dasya, Manjari Bhava. That's Raghunath Das Goswami, residing at Govardhan and as a servant of Srimati Radharani because he received the Kunjamala. So that's about our Prayojana Acharya, Raghunath Das Goswami, and how he has become our Prayojana Acharya. Yes, dear devotees, that's all. I think we will pause here. About Vallabha Bhatta, we will hear the next time. So Raghunath Das Goswami, we will come. But when we see how eager he was to come to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to come to the shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and after receiving the instructions, how his meditation, bhajan has deepened, and how the renunciation was just very natural and is proportional to his internal bhajan. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. So yeah, that's what we have heard. Dear devotees, what did we hear so far? That is about Rai Ramananda, glory of Rai Ramananda. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna Katha, wanting to hear Krishna Lila, that is not ordinary, greatly fortunate. Krishna Lila in Tattva. Okay. And second thing was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Pradyumna Mishra, yeah. About the Siddha Deha, the position of Rai Ramananda, how he's fixed in his Siddha Deha, in his bhajana, that we heard, and how Rai Ramananda said, whatever I'm speaking is just because of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Humility means reality, that we have heard. And how Gauranga Mahaprabhu has decided that Pradyumna Mishra can go to Rai Ramananda. How a guru knows a Sishya well and knows what kind of katha or seva or instruction is given. So we should not compare. What is the instruction for you? What is the instruction for me? There's no comparison. So we get a specific instruction in seva and katha depending upon our adhikar. That is regarding Rai Ramananda, and how Gauranga Mahaprabhu specifically empowered certain devotees in order to break the pride of the Brahmanas, that we have heard. And next, Swarupa Damodaras, in that pastime, the Brahman from Bengal, how it is very important to understand and practice bhakti in tattva. Bhakti is not just sentimental. Bhakti is to be understood in tattva and practiced in tattva. And it is very important that in Prachar Seva, that bhakti and all the tattva vichar is to be presented as such. In this way, Prachar Seva is a very responsible and a serious service. And we have to be transparent mediums. So the katha, the katha that is descending will automatically transform the hearts. That's about that we have heard. And that was, yeah, and how the tattva is is learnt. That is through the Gaur Tattva is through the devotees of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. That it is not imagined, it is to be heard. And next one was, yeah, and then coming to Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami, yeah. The earnestness of Raghunath Das Goswami from the very beginning. Eagerness, earnestness that was there. And how no Markata Vairagya, no premature renunciation, and a time will come where you will naturally be detached. So wait until then. That was the instruction, first one, from Gauranga Mahaprabhu to Raghunath Das Goswami. And the second thing in his Raghunath Das Katha was he was trying to escape, but only after he received the mercy of Nityananda Ram. With the blessings and assurance of Guru Tattva, it was clear to Raghunath Das Goswami. So that is one thing. Our own attempts, they can get frustrated, will go nowhere. So dependence on Guru will take us to Gauranga. Nityananda Ram, Guru, takes us to Gauranga. Through the instruction and the purification that is needed, he places us at, he gives us Gauranga, that we heard. And then, yeah, Swarupera, Raghunath Das Goswami, he runs to Jagannath Puri, and then he becomes Swarupera, Raghunatha. There, the instructions that he received from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nirantara Krishna Nama. Okay, so that is there. And how his internal bhajan has deepened after receiving the instruction. After receiving the instruction. And how Raghunath Das Goswami actually had darshan of Krishna in Govardhan Shila. There we heard how it is Gauranga Mahaprabhu that gives us the bonding to Bhagavan. Like that. Also we heard about the Vacho Vegam, Manasakroda Vegam. The urges are to be controlled. For the bhakti to go on, the urges have to be controlled. That we heard. Okay, and yeah, the bhajan of Raghunath Das Goswami gets deepened so much. And then after that, yes, he goes to Vrindavan, and then he becomes the Prayojana Acharya. That's all, dear devotees. That's all. Thank you all so very much. I will pause here. Yes, please. Nikunja Vilasni Mataji, Divyamradhara Mataji. Hari Hari, good to see you too. Pranamsti. Yes, please.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam.
Pranamsti.
Yeah. Pranams to all the devotees. Thank you so much, Mataji. Like, all the pastimes you were describing, it felt like watching a movie. So wonderful. Very, very nice pastimes and so many lessons from each pastime. I specifically liked, Mataji, that you mentioned that, like we don't need to focus so much on the don'ts. The focus has to be on the do's. And when we increase our attachment to Krishna bhajan and Krishna katha, that happens when that happens in association of sangha, automatically our taste increases. And the our focus shouldn't be so much on the don'ts. The don'ts automatically just don't happen anymore when you are in that kind of an association. So that was a very nice point. Mataji, I'm just trying to understand. Could you please explain what exactly does it mean when you say we have to understand Krishna Lila, or we have to understand Bhakti in Tattva? So, how do you understand that, Mataji?
Yeah, in one sentence, bhakti in tattva is bhakti is to be understood as prasad of Guru and Krishna. Is a path of descending mercy. Um, it's not that when I do something, I'll get something back. Um, uh, it's a path of descending mercy. Bhakti is a path of descending mercy. Um, yeah, it is not an ascending process, but a descending process, Mataji. That's what I can say in a short sentence. Bhakti is to be understood as prasad. Everything that is given to us is prasad. It's not that we have earned it or we will earn it. Just with that, the mood will be different. So the perspective should be, it changes the whole perspective. When we understand whatever is given to us is prasad.
Right.
When we are not qualified.
Mm.
And we are not doing the seva, we are engaged in the seva. In other words, we have no qualification, but we have received this prasad.
Okay.
And whatever comes in our way for the devotees is prasad from Bhagwan.
Okay.
Like that. That's what I mean.
Yes,
That's
Mataji.
Bhakti Tattva. Yeah.
Yeah, and same way, like, how do you understand Krishna Lila in Tattva, Mataji?
Krishna Lila in Tattva is really clear. When the Krishna Lila is there, stealing of garments of gopis. One who doesn't know that Krishna is Bhagwan,
Mm.
Sajiyas, they think they can imitate Bhagwan. They do not know that they are Jiva Tattva. Krishna is Bhagavat Tattva. Jiva is buried in the modes. So a Jiva cannot imitate what Bhagwan is doing. I am a Jiva and he is a Bhagwan. So that Sajiyas don't hear the Leelas, keeping in mind that he is Bhagwan, I am after all a Jiva.
Mm.
I am polluted with these modes. That understanding is Tattva.
Okay.
So if somebody understand the Vastra Apaharana Leela in this Tattva, that I'm after all a Jiva and with all these contaminations, but Bhagwan is there. They hear the Leela as um, a Leela between the Shaktiman and Shakti, Ahladini Shakti.
Mm.
Yeah, so that purifies the consciousness. As we get attached to Bhagwan, the purification also happens. Hearing and understanding the Leela based on the Tattva. So that is the Bhagwan there and Ahladini Shakti there, like that. But for the Sahajiyas, they don't look at the Leelas like that. They try to imitate because they do not know and they don't keep this in mind that we are after all Jivas and he's Bhagwan. So this what it means. Hearing and understanding the Leelas in Tattva.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much. This really helps.
Yeah.
And then, Mataji, one more thing. Like,
Both the attachment, purification, and relishment, all of them are increased when the Leelas are heard in Tattva. When they are not heard in Tattva, as in Sahajiyas, it is only an emotional outburst. But there is no purification inside, there is no attachment inside. So that is the difference. Hearing the Leelas in Tattva. Yes,
yes,
Mataji.
Mataji. What was the third thing you mentioned, Mataji? Attachment, purification, and
Relishment.
relishment. Yes, relishment. Yes,
The
Mataji.
transcendental,
Versus.
the transcendental mellows.
Yes, yes.
The transcendental mellows, they come from the platform of tattva, not from the mind as in sahajiyas. Those are
Mm.
emotions from the modes.
Yes, yes, got it, Mataji. Yeah, this really helps.
Mhm.
Yes, thank you. Mataji, just out of curiosity, like, do we know where the Shaligram Shila that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave to Raghunath Das Goswami, like, currently where they are
Where
being
is it now?
worshipped? Yeah.
If I'm not wrong, in one of the temples in Vrindavan, Mataji.
Okay.
Where I can't recall, but yeah, that's what I able to remember. One of the temples in Vrindavan.
Okay, Mataji. Yeah, yeah. It was just out of curiosity, Mataji. Yes, yes. But once again, thank you so much for this wonderful class, Mataji. Hare
Yeah, thank
Krishna.
you. Thank you.
Hare
Very,
Krishna.
very. All right, dear devotees.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam Mataji.
Pranam Srina.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji.
Yeah,
Mataji, so nice, Mataji, that too ours is a morning time.
mm,
So it was so means అంటే ఎంత ఆనందంగా ఉందంటే అంత ఆనందంగా చెప్పలేను మాతాజీ. సో ఎప్పుడైనా మన భక్తి అంటే ఇన్నర్ భక్తి. నాకు అర్థమైంది ఇన్నర్ భక్తి ఈజ్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ అండ్ టు షో. అండ్ మాతాజీ వీ హ్యావ్ టు ఫాలో ద ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్స్ వాట్ ద సీనియర్స్ సే ఇన్ దట్ పాత్, నాట్ అవర్ ఓన్ decisions. Then only our bhakti will go in a right way. And how to decrease our senses, like Raghunath Vacho Vegam means we have to reduce our senses for eating and everything. Thanks a lot, Mataji. And we should not try for Krishna Prema. We have to try for Dasanudasa of Radha's Prema, Mataji.
Both, yeah, by yes, Mataji. Yes, yeah. That's what you said is not wrong. Yes, Mataji. Yeah.
Then only
Dasa
we will get
dasa
Krishna.
dasa is when there is Krishna Prema, there will be dasa dasa dasa. And when we are trying, actually when there is Krishna Prema, then that is dasa dasa dasa. Otherwise, it's not very easy to be dasa dasa dasa. So just by chanting attentively and increasing our attachment to the holy name, then we will become a better dasa dasa dasa. Yes, Mataji.
Yes. Attachment, purification, and relishment.
Yes.
Yes, and it is a descending mercy. We have to
Yes.
take that. Thanks a lot, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. All right, dear devotees. So we'll pause here. Yeah. Thank you all for your association. Yeah. And then this is the last session for this year, actually. We will take a break for Chaitanya Pravaha, and we'll do that again next month in January. So we will complete that, the rest of the Antya Lila in January. And this will be the last session in English for this year. Yeah. Thank you all so much, honoring all of your association. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.